Let's get underway.
Welcome everyone to Underway. We have an illustrious guest for you today. He is a proud Jersey man, only 23 years of age, has become a staple in the New York Red Bulls lineup. Ladies and gentlemen, is Peter Stroud. Peter, thank you for joining us. How are you today?
Thanks for having me, Tyler. I look forward to chatting. Let's do it.
All right. First and foremost, how are you feeling? We're 29 games into the season. How's the health after this long season is coming to an end?
Yeah, I mean, you blink your eye and we're already down the final stretch, which is crazy. It's hard to believe how fast the season can go. And yeah, we're in the final stretch here, feeling good. We just had the kind of like a bye weekend this week in a sense with the international game. So yeah, feeling rested and we're excited to make a run for it in this final stretch.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not really known for my tactical questions, but you guys spent the first month or so of the season pretty exclusively playing a three-back system. Now you're back to that 4-2-3-1. How do you guys feel like that switch help you?
Yeah, I think we're pretty a versatile team. I think with the personnel we had, I think it made sense at the start of the year to play the three in the back. And I think in the system, we play, I think it differs, in possession and out of possession. Sometimes out of possession it's four in the back, and then when we're in possession, it can become a kind of a three. So that's kind of fluid, and that's up to the coach. So maybe on the team sheet it says we're playing four in the back, but in reality. It's very, up to the coach and how he wants to play. That's always changing within the game. So I think, yeah, at the start of the year it was more like a rigid, back three. We have, a lot of really good center backs on our team. We're kind of fortunate to have a lot of depth in that position. So I think at the start of the season it made sense to, try and get those guys on the field. And now we've changed it a little bit, and since Leagues Cup, I think we've been very good. We played some of our best games, so we're hoping that we can, turn these good, performances into good results, I think.
Yeah, and speaking about your head coach, Sandro Schwartz, it's his third season. It's also your third season with the Red Bulls. You were one of the first players that he signed, and outside of your injury last year, you've been pretty consistently showcased out there. How's that relationship with Sandro, and how great does it feel to be given those opportunities?
Yeah, I think the coach does a really good job with every single player, keeping them engaged throughout the season. And I think, yeah, this season I've been lucky to, stay fit and just try and do everything to make myself available. And yeah, the coach really pushes me a lot. We have a good relationship for sure. He works with us every single day. He's always trying to help me, which is very as a player means a lot, when he's putting a lot of time and effort into you. And yeah, it's been a good season in a sense that I've been able to stay fit and been to be available for a lot of games. And now, like I said, the most important thing is this final push. We're still in it, so we have to do everything we can to get into playoffs. Because I think once we get into playoffs, I think no one wants to play the Red Bulls. I think in playoffs we're a really tough team to play. So.
Yeah, I mean that showed out last season, and I feel like there are like some pretty good amount of parallels between this season and last when you guys made that big run. Now that we're coming towards the end of the season and you guys are like right on that playoff line, what's been the messaging from the coaching staff?
Yeah, it's weird. I think last year we finished the season with 11 wins, and this year we have 11 wins right now with 5 games to go. So in a sense, like we have the same amount of wins that we had even last year. We still have 5 games to go, and we're hoping we can add even more wins. So in a way, of course, it's been tough in a sense. We've lost more games, but I think we've we've been in games every single game I think we've been in. So I think as a team, we're right there. We just need to find a way to convert these good performances into points. That's the most
Mm.
important thing at the end of the day. And I think, yeah, similar to last season, I remember we struggled going into playoffs. We barely made it in, kind of right above that wild card game. And yeah, we're a really tough team to play. I think you ask a lot of guys around the MLS, yeah, they know how tough of a team the Rebels can be. So
Yeah.
we don't make it easy for anyone. And now it's about, getting those results down the stretch so we can get into that opportunity to make a run again.
Yeah, and from last year to this year, there hasn't been as much turnover as other teams in the league, But the additions that were made were huge swings. Choupo-Moting joined in the offseason, and now Forsberg's getting a full year under his belt. What have you been able to learn from those guys as they've become integrated from the team?
Yeah, I mean it's as a, someone who grew up just loving the game and watching the game always to have those guys around. It's like it's crazy to play with someone that has, that much quality. Just to see it sometimes in training, like you're just in shock some of the things these guys do and even in games as well. I mean, it's amazing to see, and not only that, they're some of the best human beings, I've met. So they have such high quality and they're such good human beings and they do so much for us. I think if teams figure that out, I think in the summer that we love to play them all the time, play to their feet. And
Mm-hmm.
I think once teams started to figure that out, we had to start going elsewhere, which we have to keep working on for sure. But I think yeah, they're a huge epicenter of our team and just great human beings and great players. It's amazing to play with them every single day for
Yeah.
sure.
I mean, in that 2024 MLS Cup, you started in the midfield. Obviously, it's not the result you and the Red Bulls wanted. But what was that moment like walking out on the field knowing that you're playing in a final?
Definitely, it was a crazy, crazy atmosphere. I never had an atmosphere like that in my entire career. And yeah, kind of just chasing that feeling again. I think, once you have a taste of it, it's hard to explain. I think it was really special. Um, looking up to the upper deck at StubHub and seeing the whole entire section was red with our fans was such a special moment. And even after the game was one of the best days of my career. To we made it there, but also one of the worst days losing that game. But to see our fans at the end of our game, they were so emotional and so happy for us and proud of us, and to feel that in such a hard time was special. But I think yeah, looking up into that top stand and seeing all red was kind of surreal. And yeah, just like I said, like chasing that feeling. Once you get a taste of it, you want to be back there all the time. So
Yeah, I mean, I was at that final. I was sitting right across from where the Red Bulls fans were. They did not stop the entire game. What's it like playing for those types of fans? Not just in the final, but at home as well.
yeah, I think you look at our home record this year, and I think it speaks everything. I mean, we've been so good at home. Um, I think this is the first. I think I saw a stat. This is the first season we won the most games at home ever in a while. I mean, it's just the best. It's the best stadium, I think, in the MLS. I think Rebel Arena or Sports Illustrated Stadiums.
Everyone always makes that mistake.
Yeah. I grew up in the area and like it's just the best. It's the
Yeah,
best. I love it so much. And just to play there, you have such a good feeling all the time in front of our fans. And it's yeah, it's a special place. I mean, I'm so lucky, and I know a lot of the guys will say the same, that that's our, home stadium. And then obviously to have our fans. It's amazing. I love the New Jersey and New York attitude in the crowd. I think it's awesome. So yeah, it's just the best. It's the best stadium I think to play for sure.
yeah. Back in that 2024 final, Sean and Dylan Nealis, who are brothers, for anyone who can't put two and two together, started on that back line together. If my math is correct, I think that's the fifth time in MLS Cup history that that's happened. Your brother used to play for the Red Bulls, but has gone on to DC United. What are your thoughts, if any, about the Neelises, and have you and your brother ever talked about playing together on the same team at some point in your career?
Yeah, for sure. I think that's so cool. I've definitely it's kind of crazy. Even like five brothers have played.
Insane, yeah.
Crazy. But yeah, that was something we always talk about. We're grew up in like a close family, so we're all really close. So we have a really good relationship, and yeah, that would be really cool if maybe at some point that could happen. That would be a dream for me. And I know my parents would love it too. And I see the Neals brothers. I know they have a blast, getting to play together. Um, so that would be yeah, it's something you dream of, and maybe you can't rule anything out in this game.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you are one of the or you're the youngest of four brothers. All of you guys have played soccer up to the collegiate level. What's it like being in a house filled with soccer players, and how did your parents even handle all that?
Yeah, I mean, we used to kick lumps out of each other for sure. I think my parents yeah, I mean we were always all four of us playing together, and I think it was good for my parents because we all four would just bugger off, and then those two were able to just hang out and chill. Um, but yeah, we used to have so many. We used to play together all the time, whether it was in the front yard, and then in the winters we kind of turned our basement into like a makeshift like soccer field. There's lots of holes in the wall, and the ceiling was falling apart at the end of it. I think
Yeah.
my mom got the basement, kind of had to get it redone when we all left the home. And the guy came in redid the basement. He was taking pictures of the basement because he said he'd never seen a basement so destroyed. So I think, yeah, there was no lights at the end because we'd hit them all out and stuff. But yeah, it was great growing up. We used to always play and just have so much fun, looking back, I have so many fond memories. Um, and yeah, it's the best. I mean, we still try to get together as much as possible, but it's tough when you get older.
Yeah.
Brothers move all over the country, but yeah, those were some, great moments. I think my parents probably have some even crazier stories of us just one of the brothers coming upstairs crying. That's usually how the game ended. So, and it was usually me that was crying because most, but
Yeah.
amazing memories for sure.
Yeah, I mean, you've been pretty open about how competitive you are. I have to assume that that's because you're the youngest of four. How much of an edge do you think that gives you on the pitch? Because I feel like you're a prime example of not letting it consume you out there. You've only had, I think, like 8 yellow cards in 3 seasons and no reds. Besides the accumulation that you got, you're able to be like pretty physical while also playing smart. That's got to be like a huge strength for you.
Yeah, for sure. I think in our system, it's the way we play. It's pretty aggressive in times. I think maybe my first year, maybe there was a couple times where maybe I shouldn't have, made the tackle and maybe got a yellow card. And it's tough to get a yellow early in a game and have to play the rest of the game. So yeah, I think as I've matured over the past couple of years, I think it's about being smart and like knowing when to go into the tackle, when to counter press or when to step in because for sure I think um maybe when I first started, I was always like, I have to do this, I have to do this. But now I think I'm a little smarter the moments I choose to tackle or to go into a duel. So I think that's something that's grown, and hopefully I can keep working on it and, getting better for sure.
Yeah, I mean, in 2023, you signed a homegrown contract with the Red Bulls. How happy was your family knowing that you're going to still be playing next to home?
Yeah, I think they were really excited. I think it was really the only, being a homegrown. So I think that my family kind of knew that that was where I was going to end up pretty
Yeah,
early on. So they were super excited. It's amazing for sure. I didn't realize how, special it was going to be until I saw, my older brother play and my parents, they can't really, get to see them. My brother maybe doesn't see his parents as much. So I think for me, as I've gotten older and realized how like special it is to have family at every home game, because some guys they get traded and they move far away, and um, to be so close to home and always have a family member at the games are so special. So it's been awesome just to have people around all the time.
yeah. I mean, Red Bulls are one of the top academies that MLS has. It's produced multiple USMNT players like Tyler Adams and Matt Miazga and Juan Aguadelo and even Tim Weah. And there's literally dozens more who are all playing professionally. What's the secret? Because is there something like in the water in Jersey? Uh, Someone just came through your back. Uh, what's this? What's the secret? Like of them churning out players at such a high level.
I think it's just the academy, and the way it's set up for sure. I mean, Sean McCaffrey's doing a really good job over there now. I think we even had some young guys that are training with us almost every single day, and you guys will see in a couple of years that are super high quality. So there's just a really good pipeline. It's as strong as ever. I think um, when I was there, the academy was just so great, always helping develop players. The path is extremely clear. I don't know how it's like at other teams because, I only really played at Red
Mm-hmm.
Bulls Academy growing up, so I don't really know what it's like. But yeah, the path line's very clear. I think it's good to see other players too make the jumps. I think as a young player, when you see the academy is piping, turning out players and players that can have an impact, it's pretty good. And I think Um, it's as as strong as ever, and I think they're doing a great job over there. So I'm excited for y'all to see some of these young guys we have coming up soon, and hopefully you can keep going forever.
Yeah, I mean, I think Red Bulls do a great job of not only visualizing a clear path for their younger players, but you look at your guys' starting lineup, and it's pretty split evenly of former academy players and players that they bring in through free agency.
Yeah, I mean, you don't see that a lot,
Hmm.
in the MLS, as the league's kind of grown. You don't see a lot of teams having, homegrowns be an important, piece of the team. And I think if you look at Red Bulls, it's always been such an important part, which what I think makes the club so special.
Yeah. I mean, and since you were a part of the Red Bull Academy growing up, at 16 you joined West Ham's academy. I'm assuming since your dad is English, 16, is the youngest you can get approved to go over there. Was that the plan all along? And how did that opportunity come about?
Yeah, it's kind of funny. I was playing for the youth national teams, and I remember the head scout of West Ham actually called my mom, and he was like, and my mom was like, "Who's this random number calling me?" And he was like, "Yeah, we want you. We want, we saw Peter at I think it was Nike Friendlies. I used to do this tournament, years ago for the youth national teams at Lakewood Ranch during the Academy Showcase, and they were there, and they said, "Yeah, we want him." And I was like, "What? That's so random." And then like the ball kind of got rolling. Of course, they needed to find an agent and to try and figure out what the plan was. And yeah, I think I went there for 2 years. I think that was always the plan, was always
Okay.
to come back. But yeah, it was amazing for sure. I mean, to go see some of those players and train with some of those players at such a young age, I got to see, what the highest level is like because I think the Prem is one of the best leagues in the world. So I picked up some habits and some things there which I carry with me all the time. And I still try and use every single day.
Yeah, I mean, from West Ham you went to Duke. Was that like part of the decision, or I guess plan of wanting to come back for college?
Yeah, I think like I just like you said, like with brothers early on, like you just when you're the youngest, you guys kind of you just follow what your brothers do. And I think
Okay.
I saw what college did for my brothers is humans and stuff, and I think that was always for me part of the plan, and obviously to get an education, of course, to have that in my pocket to use at some point. So I think that was always the plan. I got to see, what my college did for my brothers, and I think I always wanted that. So yeah, I came back and then that was good and jump right back into the Red Bulls.
Yeah, I mean, you excelled at Duke, earning countless honors and being a Mac Herman finalist, which is no small feat. Plus, being the first ACC player to win back-to-back Midfielder of the Year awards. What was it like playing collegiate soccer after going through the academy systems?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I met some of my best friends there, guys I speak to every single day. Those are some of my best buds. So I think in that sense, it was a great experience, and I just got to have a couple. It was short time, but it was some of the best times ever. And I'm super happy I went there. I think I grew so much as a person,
Mm.
more so off the field than maybe on the field. Yeah, I think I matured in a lot of ways, and yeah, I just met some amazing dudes and super grateful for my time there and felt like it was the right time to leave early and try and get, to my professional game and develop even more so I was ready to make the jump.
Yeah, I mean, one thing that feels very apparent to me is your maturity level and how much you like to give back to the community, especially to young kids. Was that something that was instilled in you in a young age? And why is it important to donate your time to helping specifically kids, but the community at large?
Yeah, I mean, I just yeah, I feel so lucky for sure just like the situation I'm in. I feel so blessed every single day. My situation is so unique and it's not something I ever take for granted, and I always, feel like I have, as a professional player, I have time, and I always want to, help the community. And Rebels does such a good job, obviously helping us set up those chances. But yeah, for sure, I love to see the kids. It means so much to them to meet Rebel players,
Yeah.
and I like to try and make them happy, and as well as their families. I know their families are going through, a super tough time as well. So just to try and give it back as much as possible because I feel just so lucky, and I feel like if I can make, someone's day, then I'm gonna try and do it because those are the the specialest things in the world for sure for those little guys.
That's great, man. So we're gonna end this by doing like that little quick game that I was talking about. I title it specific to everybody that I'm interviewing. Since you're a Jersey man, we're gonna title this one "Born to Run."
I love that. Yeah, I like that was Bruce Springsteen, no?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
Springsteen. Great song.
So we're gonna start this one off pretty controversial, but New York or New Jersey pizza?
Jersey pizza.
Okay.
I mean,
Uh,
I might just answer Jersey on all of this, but I'll try and keep it as even as
yeah. Do you have any free plugs that you wanna put out to your favorite pizza place?
yes. Pizza Pub in Chester, New Jersey. It's a
Okay.
local spot, like just the best. I actually when this comes out, I have to show them, giving them a shout out because maybe they'll give me some free pizza. So
That's the best outcome of that. Who drinks more Red Bulls per week? You or Jamie Vardy?
Jamie Vardy for sure. We don't have any shortage of Red Bull, so I think Jamie Vardy would love it here. So
Yeah.
yeah, for sure, Vardy.
You face off against your brother Jared twice this season. You've won a game each. What's it like, and what are those conversations like after the game?
Yeah, I think we like to just enjoy the moment, I think when we lost, he was kind of, he definitely was having a better day than I was the next day because I remember it was Easter the next day, so he stayed after and he was having a lot more fun during the Easter egg hunt than I was. And then the second time, yeah, it was nice to get one back on them, I think. But we jumped in the bus and we went right home and we played, I think we had like a midweek game, so I didn't really get to rub it in his face as much, but we're even right now. So
Yeah.
hopefully next year we'll take the crown.
How do your parents handle all that?
Um, I think they just they love to see both of us playing, at that level. I think for them they're just, hoping we get off the field healthy and
Yeah.
yeah, they love it. It's good memories for them for sure.
Yeah. Was there a player that you most idolized growing up?
I think growing up, when I was a young kid, I used to love Schweinsteiger a lot, and then as I've gotten older, I started to like um I think like Valverde, all those guys. So I think, yeah, probably I would probably say Schweinsteiger growing up. I think he was the player I used to watch as a kid. I used to like him a lot.
Okay. There are a lot of good options with this next one, but who's the best player you've ever played with?
Played with?
Yeah.
Oh, played with, I would say that's a good question. The Chuba and Emil probably for
Mhm.
sure. They're fantastic, great players. Yeah, they're amazing.
All right. This one might cause some problems at the holidays, but start, bench, cut your brothers.
Oh no, I cannot answer that. That's one I cannot answer. Start all of them. For
Okay.
sure.
You guys would have a four aside.
Yeah, we would have a good team, I think.
If you weren't a pro athlete, what would you be doing?
If I wasn't a pro athlete, what would I be doing? That's a great question. Probably coaching.
Okay. Still sticking around the game?
Yeah, I love it too much.
What was it like seeing yourself on FIFA for the first time?
It was bad. My rating was so bad, but it was funny. It was funny, and I don't have like any of the facial features. I just look like some random guys. So,
Yeah.
well, maybe one day I'll get scanned. That would be the dream.
Yeah. As a former Duke player, what's one nice thing that you can say about UNC?
My girlfriend's from there.
Forgot. Yeah, Talia. She's a professional soccer player for Feyenoord. Do those Duke UNC games get pretty competitive between the two of you?
Not as much as you'd think, honestly.
Okay.
Not as much as you'd think, but I think the basketball games, I think, yeah, those have a lot of implications for sure. The soccer games, Duke usually always wins, so there's no problem there. But the basketball games have a lot more weight, I think.
Yeah. I always like to ask this question because I have two young kids, but what's the best piece of advice that you can give little kids who want to grow up to be a soccer player?
Use your left foot. Nah,
Underrated.
just keep dreaming big and work hard every day, and just most importantly, enjoy the game. We play
Yeah.
for you play because you love it, so enjoy it and yeah, make as many memories as possible.
Yeah. All right. And last question: goals to finish out the season, whether for yourself or for the team.
Yeah, I think it's clear just get in the playoffs and then anything can happen. So that's the most important thing. And I think, yeah, we have a good mentality now and try and make something happen down the stretch.
All right. Well, that has been the game. Born to Run with Jersey's own Peter Stroud. Thank you for joining us. Really appreciate your time today. Do you want to let everyone know the socials where they can find you?
Yeah, just go follow me on Instagram. I think it's P Stroudy. Try not to go on there too much, but yeah, go follow me.
All right.
Thank you so much, Tyler.
Appreciate it, Peter. Thank you.
Underway has been brought to you by 818 Productions. Any use of Underway either acquired through podcast or video format that is captured by a third party with proper credentials requires the direct written consent of 818 Productions and must be used in compliance with all requirements and restrictions stated therein.